Welcome back to Hoops Lounge, with a show that freezes our sperm for the Olympics like Pau Gasol. My name is Marc Griffin, aka Montreal Mark. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Phil Boileau, Sporting Phil. Special games guest James Holas, known to you guys as Snotty Drippin. We're talking NBA Finals, Tristan Thompson, and NBA Draft. James, I'm going to go to you first. We got to talk about the Canadian Tristan, who for the Cavs has been doing so many different things. But impactfully in the NBA Finals, the screens he is setting all over the court. Talk to me about this.
It's funny because I saw some complaints about his screening from Golden State fans, which is really rich irony because Bogut and Dre are two of the biggest culprits when the illegal screen question comes up. So I mean, hey, if the refs allow it, you got to do it. It gets your guys open and it makes your offense flow. There's no problem with it. More than that, it's just his constant effort. He wears down teams, and he's been wearing down Golden State on offensive boards. I think in games 3 and 4, he had 13 offensive boards combined, and he's the polar opposite of what Kevin Love is bringing. Which, hey, Kevin Love can stretch the floor, but he's not doing anything else. And so Tristan can't do anything. He can't stretch the floor, but he does everything else. He defends on the switches. He's crashed the boards. He's been a rim deterrent as best he can. He's not really a long player, but he's doing it. He's catching lobs. He's gravity with his when he dives the rim, he's collapsing the defense. He's doing it all, and he looks like the guy making 113 million, not Kevin Love.
Phil, what do you love about Tristan's game most?
I love how when we were watching the Toronto series, everyone was looking at Bismack Biyombo, be like, "Is this another Tristan Thompson?" I was like, "Guys, Biyombo doesn't have the hands Tristan does." For the first couple of series, my favorite Tristan Thompson move was he'd go in, take a jump, and just bank it off the backboard and in. Like if that's his offense, I'm good with that. What he brings, offense, look, he's an intelligent offensive player, doesn't force anything. But on defense, he can guard all the way to the perimeter. He can block shots. Now, I know you said he's not the longest guy, but I don't know. I've had a couple of reports. This guy's like 6'10", 6'11" at this point. He's got to have about a 7-foot wingspan, and he's like kind of like the modern day center. He can't shoot, but he does kind of everything else. And his effort and those offensive boards, I think, have just been backbreakers. Like even if he doesn't put it up himself, the fact that the play doesn't continue, because let's not forget, Golden State creates a lot of its offense off forced turnovers, off defensive rebounds that outlet into those passes. So when you're stopping that and you're playing a bit slower, combined with his ability to guard almost any player. I mean, look, he shouldn't be guarding Steph Curry, but we've seen a couple times on switches he's forced to and done a pretty good job for a center. Mm-hmm. He's guarded all 5 positions. He's done it without having to demand the ball at all. He knows his role, and he's playing the best basketball of his life. And look, he signed a new contract too, right? And he's deserving every penny of it at this point, even though he was highly criticized.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good agent there. James, what guy from back in the day reminds you most of Tristan?
Oh man, that's tough. He would definitely fit in with the old 80s, 90s players. It sounds so cliche, but put on your hard hat, grab your lunch pail, go to work kind of guy. I could see like maybe Horace Grant, except Horace had a nice little jumper out to 15. I'm not going to insult the Dennis Rodman by saying the worm. Rodman was just otherworldly with his effort, but it's like that where it's not flashy, it's not pretty, he was panned for that contract, he was overpaid. But if he can bring this kind of effort every night, I mean, I think the average starter is going to be making $15 million a year next year. So it's, the Horace Grants, I almost want to say Buck Williams, but that's even kind of underselling what he's doing right now. Buck Williams is great rebounder. But, it's a throwback game that he's modified to fit in the modern world. That says something.
Mm-hmm. Phil, on the Canadian Olympic side of things, Tristan did not play for the Olympic qualifying team last summer. They lost to Venezuela, didn't qualify. He's probably not going to play again this summer because the NBA Finals and whatnot. What do you think about that?
I think he's building off what he's doing right now in the NBA, and he's realizing that as much as it's nice to play for your country, the NBA is your meal ticket, and you have to stay healthy and prove yourself. Look, it's a business as much as it's a passion on a lot of levels. So if he goes there as much as, even if they win the gold, which I doubt they do, and he gets hurt, that derails his whole career, or it really hurts his position. I mean, right now he's in a position, if they win the championship, to maybe be the starting big next. I mean, he's playing so well, they're talking about maybe shipping Kevin Love out of town. Like, I don't think everyone may agree with that, but, he's one of those players that I get why players don't play in the Olympics. Like, I'm not one of those people who's going to criticize every player for not playing for your country every chance you get. I think he's making the right call.